In the world of professional wrestling, few things captivate fans more than a good tag team. The dynamic between partners, the clash of personalities, the high-flying acrobatics, and the sheer power displayed by these duos make for an exciting spectacle that has entertained audiences for generations. Tag team wrestling is not just about individual skill, but a testament to the art of teamwork, strategy, and showmanship. Welcome back, everyone. Here to tell you all about tag team wrestling. Now, this can mean a couple of different things. You could be talking about wrestlers who wrestle in teams of two. You could also be talking about the style of match that pits two teams of one against each other. Either way, it's awesome. It's hard to discuss the greatest tag teams of all time without mentioning one of the most important aspects that makes them so great. That's right, the most important thing is chemistry. Chemistry is what truly sets a great tag team apart from a good one. Having two very talented wrestlers doesn't automatically make them a great tag team. They must work in unison with their partner, anticipating their moves and complementing their strengths while covering for their weaknesses. This requires years of experience, trust, and communication, making it one of the hardest aspects of tag team wrestling to fake. Some of the best examples of great tag team chemistry are teams like the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys, whose double team moves were not only devastating, but also visually spectacular. Other teams like the Road Warriors and the Legion of Doom brought a more brutal style to the ring, relying on power and aggression to overpower their opponents. Despite their different approaches, all of these teams had one thing in common: incredible chemistry that made them a joy to watch. A lot of people forget that in order for a good tag team to be successful, they have to sell the fact that they are friends, brothers, lovers, whatever the case may be. There needs to be a story to accompany the athletic prowess to get the crowd invested in their success. When done right, the crowd becomes emotionally invested in the team. A great example would be the New Day. These three men, Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston, were able to take two very ordinary tag team moves, the Big Ending and the Midnight Hour, and make them feel special. Why? Because the crowd cared about them as a group. They actually believed that these three were best friends, and that meant that when Big E hit the Big Ending, or Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise, it was more satisfying. But if you want to talk about chemistry, you can't leave out The Rock and Mankind. Their feud in the late 90s produced some of the most brutal tag team matches in history. The psychology of these matches was fantastic, as The Rock would turn on Mankind at every opportunity, displaying a lack of trust and animosity towards his partner. The chemistry between these two was so palpable that it transcended the boundaries of scripted professional wrestling and became a thing of legend. And that's the thing about professional wrestling. Sometimes the best feuds come from teams who hate each other. Think of The Shield, think Evolution, the Four Horsemen, the Nexus. There is something about seeing guys that do get along forced to work together that gets under your skin and makes you care about the outcome. Timing is another crucial aspect of tag team wrestling, especially when it comes to double team moves. A well-executed double team move can turn the tide of a match in an instant, catching an opponent off guard and leaving them vulnerable. But it takes incredible timing and coordination to pull off such moves successfully. Fans love to see wrestlers fly through the air and crash into their opponents. Few things are more spectacular than a well-timed double team move that takes out both members of the opposing team. But good timing isn't just about flying elbow drops and splashes off the top rope. It's also about knowing when to cut off an opponent's move or when to break up a pin. Great tag teams rely on precise timing to outmaneuver their opponents and gain the upper hand. Once again, the Hardys and the Dudleys are great examples of teams that took full advantage of their timing to dominate their opponents. And let's face it, there's nothing quite as satisfying as watching a wrestler break up a pin at the last possible second. Tag team wrestling is a test of endurance. As much as it is a showcase of athleticism, matches can go on for a long time with teams taking turns in the ring and each partner needing to be ready to step in at a moment's notice. This requires a level of stamina and conditioning that is often overlooked, but is essential to the success of a tag team. Great tag teams know how to pace themselves and how to work efficiently so that neither partner is left exhausted and vulnerable. Strategy is a critical component of successful tag team wrestling. Teams need to develop a game plan based on their strengths and weaknesses and those of their opponents. This includes deciding when to use signature moves, how to counter their opponent's tactics, and how to best utilize their available options. Teams that fail to develop a sound strategy often find themselves outmaneuvered and defeated by their opponents. Whether it's a well-timed double-team move or a clever distraction, strategy can make all the difference in a tag team match. Some teams even develop unique finishing moves that become their trademark, such as the 3D maneuver of the Dudley Boys or the poetry in motion of the Hardy Boys. These signature moves not only add excitement to a match, but also serve as a reminder of the importance of strategy and teamwork in tag team wrestling. Now, we haven't talked about power yet. Two heads are better than one, as the saying goes, and this is certainly true in the world of tag team wrestling. Having two wrestlers on your side means that you have double the strength and power to take down your opponents. A well-executed double-team move can be devastating, allowing wrestlers to take their opponents out with ease. Power is an essential aspect of tag team wrestling, as it allows teams to overpower their opponents and dominate the match. This can be achieved through sheer physical strength or by using the element of surprise. For example, a team might use a double-team move to take down an opponent who is not expecting it. Or they might use their combined weight and strength to pin down an opponent and keep them from escaping. Power can also be used strategically, such as by a smaller wrestler who uses their agility and speed to take down a larger opponent. Ultimately, power is just one piece of the puzzle in tag team wrestling, but it is an important one that can make all the difference in a match. Let's not forget about charisma. Tag team wrestling is a highly theatrical form of entertainment, and the teams that succeed are often those that can command the attention of the audience and draw them into their story. Charismatic teams are able to convey their personalities and connect with the crowd, making their matches more exciting and memorable. Charisma can also play a role in a team's ability to intimidate their opponents, which can be a key factor in winning a match. Whether it's through their in-ring presence or their ability to connect with the audience, charismatic tag teams are an important part of professional wrestling. One of the things I love about tag team wrestling is the opportunity for new wrestlers to get a championship run in a non-traditional way. With many wrestling promotions, there are multiple tag team titles. So when a company wants to push a young wrestler, or maybe a wrestler coming back from an injury, they will often align them with a veteran, and bam, you've got yourself a new champion. Some examples of this off the top of my head would be Rey Mysterio and his son, Dominic, Edge, and the ultimate opportunist, Damian Priest. This also works the other way too. More often than not, wrestlers nearing the end of their careers will team up with younger talent to pass the torch. We saw this recently with The Undertaker and his former Ministry of Darkness brother, The Ascension. In some cases, these pairings also result in some pretty interesting rivalries. Now, if you thought The Rock and Mankind was a compelling feud, check out The Rock and Mankind. Oh wait, no, they're the same thing. Anyway, if you're a fan of tag team wrestling, be sure to stay updated with all the latest news and results. You never know when your favorite team might make a comeback, or a new team might be formed. Don't miss any of the action. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts about tag team wrestling in the comments section below. If you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend. Follow me on social media, and until next time, stay safe and take care.